Yo, welcome to the Full Charge Power Hour. I'm Matt Fulcheron. We got a very special guest. We'll get into that in a second. Make sure you pledge on Patreon, patreon.com/the Full Charge. And in the description of this episode is a link to my special that's coming out September 9th. Click on it. Click on a little button that says notify me so we can all watch and blow this special up. Have a good time watching it. Cliff Cash is with us.
Hello, everyone.
So excited to have you.
Excited to be here, man. I haven't seen you in a long time.
I know. You, Cliff, for those that don't know, you might not know, Cliff and I met in 2012 in Wilmington, North Carolina.
Yeah.
And then this is in your rowdy youth. You were
32 years old.
Were you 32?
I guess so.
Yeah, I was around that age. No, I was about 36 or so, 37. And you were just like the mayor of Wilmington back then. You were out every night, or I don't know about every night, but the nights I hung with you, you were out and about.
I was pretty hard. I was going pretty hard.
So, the first night I worked with Cliff, he was on my show in Wilmington, and we hung out late, hanging out, drinking, and then I was exhausted. I went home. And I saw him the next night. We had a show the next night, and you said after I left and you went to bed, you said you went to a rap battle and won the rap battle. So your night was just beginning.
That sounds,
if I won a rap battle,
we were with my buddy Fuzz, who is a rapper.
Yeah, right.
We were hanging out with him. He and I are still friends.
He must have been bummed that you won.
I don't even remember, dude. He might not have even.
That's probably why you won,
dude. I probably shouldn't even say stuff like this out loud, but I met a guy that worked at Ponchos in Manhattan Beach, Dan O'Carter's show.
Yeah.
And the other day, and he was like, "Yeah, I remember you from that." And I was like, "Dude, last time I did that, I went out so hard, and man, all the comics went to a bar that was like they give you a beer and a shot." And I was kind of broke, and I was like, people were like drinking their beers and not taking the shots.
Yeah.
So I was just taking the shots.
Yeah.
Nice.
And then I slept in my car on top of the parking deck above Ponchos. And the next day I was hanging out with Dave Williamson, and I was like, dude, I got a 6-pack of really good beer. You want a beer? Mm-hmm. And I reached in the cooler and there's only one.
Yeah.
So evidently I went back to my car and drank
some beer in the car.
Nice.
Super legal. Super legal, by the way.
I slept in it. The key was never in there.
Yeah, you did the.
I don't party like that anymore. For the record, I mean, maybe like once a month.
You don't Bon Scott it anymore.
I realize I haven't been super drunk since St. Patrick's Day, and I want to keep it that way.
Oh, this year?
Yeah, this year, because
it wasn't that long ago.
No, it wasn't that long ago, but I'm proud that you say once a month. Right, and that happens to me too. I'm like, I'm good. I hate alcohol. I hate hangovers. Boom, there I am drunk.
Once margaritas, I'll have one.
But right now I'm down to once a year so far, or once every 6 months. I don't even want to do that. I want to make it just the St. Patrick's Day thing, you know.
Yeah,
maybe Jesus' birthday.
Yeah, maybe.
Christmas morning. Hey.
I mean, it's become more of a weed holiday. So then I see you start to progress over you become like a real comic who like wants to do like good work. You know what I mean? You want to be like a really good comic, and you're getting there. Like the next couple times I go back to Wilmington, you're like really taking it seriously.
Yeah, I mean, I think it took me a while. I think honestly, it took other people believing in me for me to believe in myself. Which I'm sure a lot of people feel that way. But I think when I first started doing it, I'm like, this is fun. This is a fun thing to do, go and drink and make people laugh and then go drink some more. And you know, I don't remember exactly when it happened, but at some point, the owner of the club, who's still a dear friend, some other comics were like, dude, you need to like do it. And I was like, really? Like, yeah, like you really need to do it. And I was like, damn, you know, okay, all right.
Yeah.
If you guys think so, then you can't all be wrong.
Sure.
Because, you know, I mean, it's intimidating. It's like, I don't know how to, there's no like comedy college. Like, if you go to this comedy college and you get a comedy degree, you can get a comedy job. Like, there's no real set formula.
You never get your degree, and you're never like set. You're never like you're never like on track.
It's always tenuous. Even like right now, I'm doing well. I fully recognize that it can all go away. You know,
right.
So I'm like stacking bread, just like I might be back on cruise ships in 2 years. I gotta put away for these kids' college.
Yeah, but this is at a time too where it was even more uncertain because social media is just kind of starting. But right now we all know what our homework is.
Yeah,
like you gotta do your social media. You gotta have like another thing going, like you're trying to write a TV show or a podcast or something. But back then you're just kind of like, it's just kind of like a notebook, and Facebook is beginning to get popular with all this stuff.
Yeah.
At what point do you start driving yourself around the country?
I mean, I think my first paid gig was about 1.5 years in, and I was featuring, and like, I didn't know that was like exceptional, or at least to some people. So I would go in these like Facebook groups on comedy Facebook groups and be like, hey, you know, I'm 1.5 years in, I've done this, and this, I'm featuring, how do I get more feature work? And of course, all the people who probably still haven't done anything, were like, you can't feature 1.5 years in. Nobody can feature 1.5 years in. And I'm like, oh, well, I am, and people are paying me to do it. Like, I don't know.
Yeah.
So, you know, it was just further reiteration to me that like there's no formula, nobody knows the fucking answers. You just gotta figure it out. So I guess 1.5 years in, I started featuring for people, and the first time somebody gave me like $100, I was like, that was all she wrote. Like, I can never go back to being a normal person again.
It's amazing, right?
Yeah,
you wrote some stuff down, you memorized it, you went on stage, you said it, and then somebody hands you some money.
I got some fish and chips and $100, and I was like, fuck, dude.
This is it.
Pretty much famous.
This is my life.
Fuck it, it's on.
And then, you know, I started going pretty hardcore. Like, as much as I possibly could, I would go out within like, you know, 5 or 6 hours of where I lived. And then my girlfriend at the time, later wife, later ex-wife, was like, you're gone all the time. And I was like, cool, well, I'll stay in town and produce shows during the week then.
Yeah.
So then I lined up 3 weekly shows around Wilmington and really kind of replaced that traveling income. And she didn't like that either. She's like, you're out 3 nights a week. I'm like, I took you to an open mic on our first date. Like, none of this is a fucking surprise.
Right.
You know?
Yeah. She must have liked you.
Oh, dude.
She went to the open mic and she married you.
I mean, I kind of killed, so it helped. And she was deaf. That helped a lot too. That's a true story. That's not a joke. She really was.
All right.
She was like, "This is good." No, she was 100% deaf in one ear and 90% in the other.
Oh, okay.
She got a cochlear implant. She got the cochlear implant turned on the day we went on our first date.
Wow.
It was a cool love story.
Yeah.
And then she ended up being a fucking psycho.
Sure.
Now that I got my hearing, fuck this.
Now that I have my hearing, I'm going to become an amateur dick juggler. For the record, I had no idea she was doing that until she went pro, and then I was like, okay.
But you kind of had an advantage because the first day she can hear well, she's like hearing your voice, and it must sound like the Beatles to her.
Yeah.
Do you know what I mean? It must sound so good to her.
It was a cool story at first until it wasn't. But,
sure. That's life.
But yeah, you know, her whole beef was always like, I wasn't making enough money. And I was like, oh, well, let me call the CEO of comedy and tell him I need a raise.
Yeah, exactly.
Because I just been making shit money for the hell of it. I could have just pushed the make more money button. But
I mean, you sound ambitious. You're producing 3 shows a week in your hometown. I mean, that's pretty impressive, honestly.
I was trying, and then I got the people from Charlotte Comedy Zone submitted me. And I got picked for Comedy Central Up Next. So then there's 10 people in Charlotte competing, and I like won that one.
Cool.
So I went to Comedy Central Up Next in Boston, and I thought like, well, I'm definitely gonna be famous now.
Sure.
Like, well, I'll have a plane this time
You're up
next
week.
Yeah. And one of the best short sets of my life. 1,400 sold out theater. This is like 2 years in.
Nice.
And that, you know, that shouldn't have happened. Like,
you can't play a theater 2 years
exactly,
in, Cliff. What the fuck? Yes, you can.
But everybody did well. I didn't move to the next round. I was devastated.
Yeah.
My girlfriend at the time, later wife, later ex-wife, got hammered and like made an ass of herself and then locked me out of the hotel room for not liking it.
That's awesome.
So I slept. I went and hung out. You know Tom Dustin, who runs Comedy Key West?
Yeah, I do.
I hung out with Tom Dustin until like 4 o'clock in the morning because I couldn't get into my. I mean, I wanted to hang out anyway, but also couldn't get into the nicest hotel I'd ever stayed in, probably because Comedy Central paid for it. So I fell asleep with my back against the hotel door, like eating some spicy Cheetos and like drinking a Dr. Pepper at like 5 o'clock.
The nicest hotel you've ever stayed at, and you can't even stay at it.
She let me in at like 5:30 in the morning. I guess she got up to pee or throw up or something.
And you were just being cool, by the way. You're like, yes, you can come to the... Because these things, I mean,
I think it was like her birthday or something.
Oh, okay. Well, that changes things, doesn't it?
Yeah.
So that is actually like a loophole. She actually does get to act like an asshole on her birthday.
I mean, like
drinking wise.
It might have been an anniversary or it was something.
That's awesome.
It was something.
Okay.
It's like, what am I going to do? Not do Comedy Central? Because
you got to do it.
Some fucking made up thing.
And what's she going to do? Not give you shit for it? You know,
exactly.
She had to play out the way it did.
And then she was like, I'm really sorry about last night.
Right.
And then I fucking married her anyway, that's my fault.
Hey, man.
There were lots of warning signs.
But there always are, right?
Always is.
It's always like whatever it's going to be, it presents itself within.
Right.
It's like the end of The Usual Suspects. You're like, oh my God, this is obvious the whole time.
It's like
great movie.
It's like Jeffrey Dahmer's
Kaiser
dad.
Thursday?
You know,
yeah.
Jeffrey Dahmer's dad. Did you know? And he's like, I mean,
we had an idea.
There were signs. He was off. He was
right.
off. Yeah.
So, but at a certain point, you start. So let's just jump to like my knowledge of your career. 2017, we do the San Luis Obispo Comedy Festival. And at this point, you are just driving around and you're selling art as your merch after the shows. And you really have a unique career in this point. Honestly, you're just going show to show all over the country. Doing anything you can think of to do, right?
Pretty much.
Yeah.
I think I hope some aspiring comics hear this, but like a couple things I realized early on, I got Comedy Central up next. I won a couple other like competitions and got a couple credits, and I realized like none of it mattered really. It mattered in the sense that it probably helped me get on the very modest shows I was getting on.
Right.
So I was headlining really small stuff. I was featuring for, club comics and like B rooms. I wasn't doing anything real exceptional. But what I realized early on is there's no make it or break it thing. It's a series of wins and losses, and you hopefully, if you take 2 steps backwards, try to take 3 forward, and you just keep going, and you gotta love it enough to keep going.
Right.
If you don't love it enough to like weather whatever financial hardship and emotional kicks in the dick, like don't go to the open mic the first time, and by all means quit after a week. Like you gotta, and most of the people I started with don't do it anymore.
Well, it's very hard.
It's
to
fucking
continue.
hard,
it's like the money's usually not there unless you're like really far advanced in your career.
And that was one of my realizations, was like there's very little middle class.
Right.
There's Kevin Hart.
Yeah.
And there's me living in my car.
Right.
Yeah.
And the middle class is maybe people are doing colleges or cruise ships or whatever.
Yes.
But I realized like the only way this is going to make financial sense for me, where I can do this and not have another job, I got to eliminate the hotel cost.
Yes.
And I got to cut the fuel cost to like as little as possible.
Right.
And I got to have merch.
Right.
So I bought a car I could sleep in, an old Mercedes station wagon. It was a 04. I bought it for $4,900.
Yeah.
I removed everything except the front 2 seats, and I built a bed into the back of it with like a storage underneath. And it was cute. Like it was well done. And it was a nice car. I mean, it was a joy to drive. I put a roof rack on the roof with storage boxes. So I would, unless somebody was giving me a free hotel, I was sleeping in that car.
Well, yeah, and I will tell the audience, you are one of the few people left on Earth, at least as far as I know, that knows how to fix a car. You build cars, don't you?
I mean, build cars is a strong way to say it probably, but I mean, I can swap out brakes or alternator or valve cover. Like, I can't like rebuild an engine.
You're prepared.
I can rebuild a carburetor.
It's impressive.
You're prepared for this lifestyle, though.
I had, when you lifted up the cover that covered the spare tire, I had like extra brakes in there. I had a couple, I had hoses, belts, and pulleys.
Right.
I kind of was like, these are the things that could break in the middle of nowhere.
Yeah.
Let me take them with me. I had my tools with me. And that thing, dude, I mean, it was a E-Class Mercedes wagon with an air suspension, and I had 18-inch AMG wheels on it. And I drove that fucking thing like it was a Jeep Rubicon. Like, I would be out in the woods on a rocky dirt road trying to get to a hot spring, and people are passing me in Jeeps like,
what do you...
It's like, you don't need four-wheel drive. You don't go in the soft spots. It had pretty good ground clearance, but I went hard, dude. I put 200,000 miles on that car in 3.5 years.
Right.
And then it sat for a long time. I recently sold it for $1,200 to an 18-year-old kid who was thrilled.
Those are all wins.
Yeah.
It had the sunroof had been broken in Phoenix, Arizona, of all places. It rained, which never happens.
Wow.
My luck.
Yeah.
And a big truck drove through a puddle that evidently had gravel in the puddle. And it splashed my car, and the gravel like hit the sun.
On the top?
Shattered the sunroof. And I was like, are you fucking kidding me?
No way.
And it broke all the way through. So I pull over at a car wash, and I vacuum all the broken glass out of the sunroof. And, I'm whatever. That's just like 1,000 miles from home. I probably got $64.
Yeah.
I vacuum all the glass out of the sunroof, out of the seats. It's raining in Phoenix, again, which never fucking happens. And I'm under the covered thing where the vacuum cleaner is. And then I go to like Lowe's Home Improvement. I buy a white vinyl, what would be a yard sign that you would make your own yard sale sign, and white duct tape. And I really kind of expertly cover this thing. Yeah. And you can't really tell.
Right.
And then I stuff like heat reflective insulation stuff up in there, and I close the inside cover, the cloth headliner thing. Yeah. And I was like, oh, that's gonna work. Yeah. And that was like that for like 5 years.
Oh my God, you worked that well, huh?
Well, I would have to every maybe like 6 months I'd have to get a new piece of vinyl and a new duct tape. Yeah. But that sunroof, like, you have to pull the headliner, you got to buy the glass, like it's $1,000-$1,200 deal. The car, I paid $4,900 for the car. I'm just not going to do that.
Like I said, you build cars.
Yeah. And then I had somebody dented the front fender and the rear passenger door. Yeah. And I was like, man, I'm not going to like replace a door on a car that's now worth $3,000. So I painted a mountain scene on the side of the car.
Yeah.
Nice.
Black and white with arrows, with rattle cans and
Bob Ross
painter's tape with trees. And people were stopping me like, dude, that graphic is cool as shit. Where'd you get that? Like, I did that with a $8 can of spray paint to cover up some body damage.
Nice.
But I had.
You're going to survive the upcoming apocalypse.
Well, the one we're in right now.
The one we're currently in. Yeah, we're like 5 days before the Road Warrior.
He's thriving.
Yeah, you'll be fine.
I had a map on the hood, like the old people put on their RVs to fill in each state as you go.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah,
I would put the stickers on the states.
That's so cool, man.
You mean painted on the hood of the car?
It was stickers.
Okay.
So it was a big sticker of the U.S., and then each state was a sticker.
As soon as you got there, he'd fill it in with color.
I love it.
And it was really, it was full all the way when I sold it to the guys, except for Alaska and Hawaii I haven't done yet.
Alaska and Hawaii, I think the only thing I haven't done is South Dakota.
I mean, I haven't performed. Some of these places I didn't perform in, but I went to them all.
Yeah, I mean, you're driving through them.
You're the Johnny Cash song. I've been everywhere, man.
It's one of my favorite songs.
Yeah.
Are you?
And he's my fifth cousin twice.
I was just going to ask. That's pretty sweet, dude.
I don't know what that means, but my nerdy cousins do.
That's fucking tight. It's in the DNA, bro.
We came from the same William Cash who came from Scotland in 1665.
Okay.
Wow.
I love it.
So when these MAGA people try to like out America me, I'm like, I've been here since 1665, boy. Won't you get out of my country, boy?
Yeah. And then you tell them I'm related to Johnny Cash. They're almost like, oh shit.
Man. Yeah.
That's like
I can rebuild a carburetor, boy. Can you?
That's American Jesus you're related to. So that's pretty amazing.
I've been saying it on stage, like, I have a whole bit where I kind of give like my background related to Johnny Cash, 1665. Mom talks sometimes.
Right.
My dad worked on a pit crew when they raced on dirt.
Okay.
Literally. NASCAR pit crew on dirt before they started doing pavement.
My dad used to also race cars on dirt.
And I have a thing where I say all that, and I'm like, 1665. Donald Trump's mom was an immigrant. Donald Trump's grandfather was an immigrant. 2 of his wives were immigrants. The Trumps need to get out of my fucking country.
That's pretty great.
I love it. So 2017, we're both really depending on, we're both making our living off stand-up comedy.
Oh, yeah.
Barely. And
living.
And surviving, and we're doing a lot of effort to make this work, including we're in the San Luis Obispo Comedy Festival. It doesn't pay anything, so we're hitting every free meal they can give us, right? And then I don't see you again. I don't think I've seen you again until just now. You put out a special in 2024.
At the end of 2024.
And it just makes sense. It connects with what's going on right now. You're a little ahead of the curve because Trump has not been elected for the second time yet. But it's all about, in my words, it's all about, this Donald Trump Republican movement is not really what America is about.
Yeah.
And it's a pushback to that. It's by a guy from North Carolina for people. It's for everybody, but it's also for people who live in like red states and stuff, I would say. Yeah. And so when does this start for you?
So the political comedy was kind of always part of what I was doing. Like my very first open mic, I made fun of Sarah Palin. I did an abortion joke. I talked about differences between Islam and Christianity. Occasionally somebody will be, I liked you when you weren't political. Like, motherfucker, I was political at the first open mic.
Absolutely.
But, when you're working these like B rooms and like whatever, Yoder gigs and whatever you're doing to get by, you can kind of walk into a room and be like, I can't do any of that in here.
Right.
So I also had just whatever, farts and dicks and jokes about the gym.
You're a professional.
Yeah. And so, to me, that made me such a better comic, because one night is a $500, gig where I'm headlining and it's a room I don't really want to play, but I need the money.
Yeah.
And then the next night I'm making $300, but it's like in a college town at a tiny little coffee shop, and I can say whatever the fuck I want to because I know they're going to dig it.
Yeah.
And so there was this I really was able to kind of strengthen both of those muscles. So, 2013, I actually recorded that special in 2013. So I was like, 2023, I'm sorry. So I was about 13 years in roughly.
Yeah.
Or maybe 12. I think I started in 2011. But and I was really at a point where it was like, I've got these credits. I've headlined these rooms. I've done these festivals. I'm still kind of barely getting by. And I had started doing house shows.
Okay.
I started doing house shows during COVID because I couldn't perform at clubs.
Right.
So I was like, get the circle you're already allowed to be around.
Sure.
And space them out in your backyard and fucking put masks on them and spray them down with bleach, whatever you got to do.
The good times.
And I'll come tell y'all jokes.
Yeah.
And that evolved into, I ended up doing 110 house shows all around the country.
Wow.
And some of those were it continued on after COVID. Yeah. So some of those were like well past COVID, were like 60 people, 80 people, 100 people. I did one that was over 100 people. And I charged $20 a head.
Sure.
And so I actually started making more money than I'd ever made in comedy performing in yards.
Right.
Which says a lot about the comedy industry.
Yeah. Right.
You know, the year it all turned around for me was when I started doing yards.
It's when work wasn't available.
Yeah.
It's weird how the bar owners take all the fucking money.
Yeah.
It's so weird.
So, and I was mostly doing one-man shows. Like if I was in a town where I had a good friend that was a comic, I would have them come open up. But I'm kind of long-winded, as you can probably see from this podcast.
Hey, we're filling an hour here. God bless you.
But so I would do a one-man show, and that was cool. And I was actually making decent money. I was doing cruises too, which was decent money.
Nice.
But I was kind of like, I'd gotten serious with this girl that I'm now engaged to.
Yeah.
She has 2 little boys. They were 3 and 4 when I met them. They're 8 and 10 now. And, you know, I was like, I'm going to marry this girl.
Right.
I got to, like, be a big boy at some point.
Yeah.
Because it's all fun and games to, like, live in your car and get hammered on the parking deck at Poncho's.
It doesn't work for a family.
And go win a rap battle.
Yeah, women are weird about that.
Yeah. Can you start a college fund for the kids? No, but I did win a rap battle. And then I shit in a trash bag and threw it in a dumpster.
It looks good on a resume.
It's a different story.
Yeah. I like that one.
But I remember us laying in bed one night and I was like, I'm going to make a special. I'm going to get it viral. I'm gonna do this project in Mexico.
Yeah.
Me and some friends bought a piece of land that we're gonna try and put some casitas on.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna do this other project up in the mountains of South Carolina, and that was 3-ish years ago. The special lives. It's got about 100 million views across clips and platforms.
100 million.
Wow.
Across clips
I hear
and
you.
platforms.
That's great.
And I bought the land in Mexico with my friends. Nothing's happened on it yet, but this time next year we're planning on breaking ground. Mm-hmm. And then we got the land going up in the mountains. I'm about to put 3 units up there for next season. And so it's, it was just that determination of like, I needed something outside myself to like work.
Right.
I wasn't going to do it for me, but I'll do it for them.
Yeah.
Kind of deal. And,
Yeah.
But yeah, the special, we made it. It's a gorgeous theater, 550 seats. We sold it out with no comps. Like, we sold the tickets, promoted the shit out of it in Wilmington.
Right, Wilmington. Okay.
And that's like my home team.
Absolutely.
So people came out, friends and family, and supporters, and we made something really, like, comedy aside, like whether you like the comedy or not, we made something fucking gorgeous. Like it's a really celebrity level looking special, and the film company called Lighthouse Films are like just total aces.
Yeah.
Lovely people, like good vibes start to finish, like close friends with them now. And so we were like, oh, we're this definitely getting on Netflix. And they had Netflix connections.
Yeah.
We both had connections to other people who also had Netflix connections.
Right.
And it was like, if they're buying this thing over here, they're definitely buying this.
Right.
And that was the goal. And they really just kind of like changed their business model right around that time, where instead of buying, they were writing $200K checks to like lesser known comics, just boom, 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 boom.
Yeah.
There was a ton of specials there for a while. So we were hoping to get on that train. And right when I was ready, they changed the model back to like, now we only buy really expensive specials from billionaires with nothing left to say, that's all unwatchable, down-punching dog shit.
Yeah.
Sorry, bud. I'm like, shucks.
Yeah.
So we kind of hemmed and hawed and shopped it around, and we did everything we could, and nothing popped. And so I got talked into putting it on YouTube.
Right.
And I had 288 subscribers when we put it on YouTube.
Yeah.
And almost at 500,000 now.
Yeah. So, because I remember this was your moment, and you knew it. As soon as you taped it, you knew you had like your calling card in a way. Like you had what you do. You knew it was an exceptional performance, audience reaction. You're like, I got it. And I remember you posting online saying, I think it was maybe your brother or somebody telling you like, this is the moment. There's before and after this moment.
Yeah, and he was totally right.
Yeah.
It took me about a year to think he was right.
Right.
But then stuff started. So I hooked up with Barry Katz. He has a thing called Blueprint for Success, where he's like, he's got a really good like clip editor, and his name's Dustin, great guy. He'll take the special, clip it up to 1 million different clips. I mean, it'd be some of these is the same clip 10 times, but we start it 10 seconds earlier or 10 seconds later.
Yeah.
So just every permutation of the special, and you just, there's no secret sauce. The secret sauce is just consistency.
Yeah.
So we started off, we were posting clips every Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and he was like, just be patient. Eventually something takes off.
Right.
And we were like, I don't know, I honestly can't remember, but months into it. And the special had 28,000 views, which is not nothing. But none of the clips had really gone crazy. And I was like, man, shit. And I remember being in bed one night, and for months, literally for months, I would get in bed and we would watch something. Me and Jordan would watch whatever on Netflix, and I would sit there and I would try to respond to every single comment on every single YouTube video.
Yeah.
And I would be like, she'd be like, just go to bed, babe. I'm almost done. I got one more video. And I did that for months.
Because that's part of the business now, right?
I knew it would juice it. I knew it would juice the algorithm. And a lot of the comments were not nice.
Right. What's that like? I mean, I've had my share, but what's it like for you?
How do these people brilliantly, though?
I don't care that it doesn't. So there's nothing anybody like that could ever say to me to actually insult me.
Right.
What I'm angry about is that you're a piece of shit trying to insult people. That you're like this fucking. Your job is to pressure wash pressure washers, and you're in some unfuckable town in Missouri, and you're talking shit to me. You don't know me.
Yeah.
Right.
And it's always homophobic slur.
Right.
It's always the R word.
Right.
Right.
And it's like you're just further reinforcing that you're a fucking dog shit human being.
Yeah.
And that's what I'm mad at, is that you exist.
Right.
You could never insult me because I can't fucking hear you from way down there. And so I would roast them too. But one night, back to the point of this story, which is too long, sorry.
No, keep going.
We're laying in bed, and one of the trolls is like, it's been X amount of months, Cliffy, which I fucking hate. It's been X amount of months, only 28,000 views.
Right.
It's plateauing. Nobody gives a shit. And I was like, you motherfucker.
Yeah.
And I'm sitting there and I'm like, I read it out to her and she's like, just ignore that. And I was like, babe,
no,
he's kind of right. And then within about 2 months, one clip, I was like, hey, honey, this clip has 500,000 views.
There you go.
Wow.
And the next morning, babe, that clip has 1 million views.
Yeah.
And then by within 2 weeks, it was 5 million. Yeah. And then the other ones, people were like, ooh, I like this. Let me find the other ones. And then another one hit 1 million. Then another one hit 3. One hit 14 million. And they kind of all started doing so it's very common for them to like regularly get up in the 200,000s. So it just took off. And then when YouTube grew, the other socials grew, and I do a lot of like selfie video style ranting. Ranting against the regime.
A pretty good one this weekend, I think, because he said you were coming on, and he's you should check him out. I'm like, he's in my algorithm. I watch a lot of lefties. Hassan Piker, Destiny. Nice. You, of course, popped up, and you were calling, I think it's your congressman or a senator, and you're just like, hey, bud, just wanted to let you know you're a moron. We're coming for you. Probably Monday. We'll be there around noon.
They need to get those on.
It was fucking hilarious.
Thanks, man.
Well, see, that's what's great about what you're doing is the social media is consistent. The message is smart, relentless, but you also go do stuff. So as soon as Trump was elected for the second time, you're online saying, hey, we need to protest. Yeah. And you're going to a bunch of protests, right?
Yeah. Too many, probably. I'm exhausted.
Sure. You got me out because I'm like, I can't just sit here. It's not that hard to go to a protest.
Totally. Yeah, the first one we did right before January 6th when he was going to be inaugurated. We got, a small group, but it was a little over 100 people. to go into Congress and basically beg Democrats in Congress to like, even if you can't stop this, you need to at least, at the very fucking bare minimum, you need to talk about the fact, the 14th Amendment, Article 3, he's an insurrectionist.
Yeah. Right.
He's constitutionally disqualified from holding office. And like the very least you can do is go on the record that you do not support him becoming president, stand up, talk shit, walk out, and not one of them did.
I was going to say, I'm glad to see they really heard you.
Not one of them did. So even these people that you think are the bravest people in Congress, whether it's AOC or Bernie Sanders or Yasmin Crockett or whatever, not one of them stood up and said, let the record show I think he's an insurrectionist who doesn't deserve to be in our White House. The fact that none of them did that, to me, feels like controlled opposition. I mean, I think we need a lot ballsier people. And I like those people, to be clear.
Sure.
I just listed 3 people that I like a lot.
Yeah, I agree.
But like, fucking do something, man.
Holding
up a little popsicle sign or writing a strongly worded letter or doing a 25-hour filibuster speech.
Yes.
That's not doing shit.
No, let's put some things on record.
Yeah.
That's the ultimate protest, is documented government officials saying this is not right.
Yeah.
You know, then we have something to look at historically.
I was always a fan of people I liked Alan Grayson, who they got rid of.
Yeah.
And, you know, the Democrats, these middle road fuckers, these corporate, I'm done.
They just want a job.
I want them out of here. I want them fucking gone.
I think that's the vibe of the party, and the party refuses to acknowledge it because it doesn't benefit.
We saw it yesterday with this Lindsey Graham thing, all this. We had our differences.
Oh,
you mean when he tried to like ruin the fucking country?
Fuck him. Fucking Satan was celebrating when that fucking guy came home, and now they're just waiting for Mitch, who's probably already there.
Oh yeah, he's dead.
He's dead.
His body.
He is, right?
His body's just catching up with his soul. His soul's been dead for years. His spine already deteriorated. That's why his neck looked like that.
Right.
But I also saw video of you confronting people that were working for the Heritage Foundation. For those that don't know, and help me with this, Cliff. They're the people behind Project 2025.
Yeah,
100%.
They're literally the architects.
And let's talk about Project 2025 for a second. What that means is, for starters, I'll just start. You help me out. They want to put loyalists in charge of elections.
Of everything.
Right. What else? Help me out here.
I mean, really everything that's happened that you hate, like scrapping USAID, the whole Doge thing, which was all a scam, obviously. Waste, fraud, and abuse. And it's like, if you cared about waste, fraud, and abuse, like the dude in the White House is tripling his net worth with a crypto scam backed by the UAE.
Right.
You know?
Yeah.
All of that, like going after women's right to vote, all the immigration stuff, all the anti-trans, anti-LGBTQ legislation.
Department of Education.
Yeah, right.
That's, gutting the government, putting loyalists in position of power. So it's like this blueprint that was out there in the world. I mean, it's 900-something pages, so I don't expect everybody to read it, but it's like,
the talking
they told
points
us
are there.
exactly what they're going to do.
Yeah,
and they're doing it. And nobody's even swinging by their office to say, shame on you.
Yeah.
So we, me and a big group of people called Flare USA, they're on the ground 24/7 in D.C., we organized a weekly Heritage Foundation protest. The first one I did, I think I had about 700 people outside the Heritage Foundation.
Sweet.
And
can people send money to Flare?
Yeah, flareusa.org, and they're flare.usa on all social media platforms.
And is it FLARE?
Yes, it stands for Liberation and Resistance Everywhere.
Nice.
It's a great group of people. I mean, of all the groups doing shit, in my humble opinion, Flare is doing the most impactful work. So they're leading citizens into Congress 3 days a week.
Okay.
You've probably seen me doing some of that. I'll go up and try and get my fans to come. So like, and
nice.
Some of these instances we've pushed it hard for a month or so. And at one point, we got like 1,500 people into the halls of Congress in one day.
All right.
Wow.
Which never happened. Like, nobody does that.
Right.
NRA doesn't do it. Pro-life people don't do it. So that's really big. And, you know, my humble opinion is that, like, there should be 1,000 people outside of Heritage Foundation every Monday.
Right.
There should be 1,000 people in Congress every Monday.
Right.
Yeah.
And I don't know, I think people in this country are so comfortable and sort of privileged and soft that we're like, well, I don't really want to, I think it'll be okay. I don't really want to do anything. Like, it's not going to be okay.
I don't think
it just hasn't hit yet.
I think people think of America as like a building that's the structure that's always there, and you can just put this certain person in the office. They don't realize it's very abstract, and if people don't hold their agreements, and if people don't, no one's keeping anyone to the law right now. Well, and so they can just change the law. They're openly trying to fix the election. And this is all very fragile. And it's only 250 years old, folks.
I heard somebody saying, they're like, yeah, so it's all these institutions have ran for about 250 years and they've done well. But you start dismantling that, it's going to go for a minute.
Sure.
And then all of a sudden that's going to start fucking falling apart. Around November, probably by December, shit's going to be fucked up.
It's like a tarp on your sunroof.
My wife works in the education department. She's stressed. What'd you say?
It's like a tarp on your sunroof.
That's right. That's right. You got to keep fixing it. But then I'm one of the people that's saying, like, okay, they've burned it down.
Yeah.
So now we need to get the radicals in on the left to fucking rebuild that shit.
Yep. Yeah, build back better. As
build
Joe
back
would
better.
say.
That's right. That's right.
Yeah, you know, and like they're gonna. I mean, who knows how well it's going to work or what the resistance is going to be, but like they are obviously, of course, trying to steal this midterm
openly,
yeah.
And unless people on the left stop them from doing it, it's going to work.
Oh yeah,
right.
So every American needs to decide, like, what the fuck are you going to do? What are you going to do? What's your threshold? What are you willing to sacrifice to like keep this country a democratic republic? And if the answer is zero, like, fuck you. You're a lazy scumbag. And that's been my frustration, man. I mean, I've been begging people I've done a lot, and the people that I work with, we've all done a lot, but like fucking begging people to come to DC and you know, the biggest crowd we got was maybe 30,000.
It's pretty good.
But a million people need to flood DC.
And also it's like it's just left up to Cliff Cash. We have all these representatives. They're not organizing us.
No.
They're not talking to us.
Well, their rebuttal to that would be that they're not allowed to. They're not allowed to organize protests when they're in office, and there's all these little nuances, and it's like, fuck all that.
On January 6th, I remember something organized.
Yeah, it's like
2021.
Why are you still following rules?
Yes, exactly.
They stopped following 12 years ago.
Right.
I use this metaphor all the time. We're all playing basketball, and the Democrats are trying hard not to foul or travel or whatever, or double dribble. And the Republicans are running down the court with a machine gun in both hands, shitting on the floor.
Right.
It's like, why the fuck are you still
I don't get
playing by rules that were thrown out a long time ago?
The refs
Stop
are
being
off duty.
soft.
I don't get it.
Yeah.
Our part, the one thing that the right is right about, is we're fucking soft.
I know.
Yeah.
And I don't want to be part of a group that's this fucking soft.
I don't either.
So like maybe we need another party, or I don't know, but it's embarrassing.
It's embarrassing. The DSA is about the only people that are fucking doing anything as far as I'm concerned.
I saw you went to Jim Jordan's office.
Just recently went and saw Jimmy.
Fucking Jimmy.
That was just the one I recorded. I went into a lot of offices that day. There was one, the dude from, I think his name's Garrison from North Carolina.
Yeah.
And where I'm from. And I went even harder in there, but we didn't get it on tape.
Right.
His aide came out and was like, 4 feet tall, and he's like, "You don't need to be talking like that in here. Why are you cursing in here? You're saying rape. You're saying rape in front of these female staffers." I'm like, you know what's more offensive than me saying rape in front of female staffers is supporting a child rapist. I mean, I got asked to leave.
Yeah.
And that's what we do. We go in and we walk the line, and we try not to get arrested, but we try and make these people be like, they deserve to be uncomfortable.
Yeah, they do.
I don't have the dates yet, but like somewhere around October 6th and 7th, I'm gonna try to lead like a really massive congressional push in DC.
Okay.
And 2 days, a regular day where everybody goes in and asks the Dems to support impeachment, and we ask the Republicans to stop licking pedophile boots. And then the next day, I wanna lead a very specific mission that's just nothing again, not trying to be misogynistic, but I want to get like groups of big dudes. No violence, no threats, nothing illegal, but 10 big dudes, 10 groups of 10, and we hit the 10 most MAGA offices.
Yeah.
And go, do I look like a snowflake to you, motherfucker?
Yeah.
Do you think you're going to steal this election and that real Americans aren't going to come talk to you about it?
This is the beautiful situation that you bring. You show up. I saw the tape in Jim Jordan's office. You're like, I'm not some snowflake from New York City. I'm from North Carolina. I can fix my car.
Right.
Yeah.
I'm not a
or
pussy.
live in it.
I have a gun.
Not with me. Not with me.
Not with me.
That's not a threat.
I don't typically say gun when I'm in there.
I own firearms. Do you mention that at all, though? But I mean, that is something you do mention about yourself. Maybe not in an office.
No,
in DC,
definitely not in an office in DC. That would.
But you're like, listen, I'm no pussy here.
I can blow out the center of a target as good as any pedophile bootlicker.
Right.
For sure.
Yeah. So, I mean, I do think that is why you're the man for the moment and why this is work. It's mostly about the work you're doing, but also you're just the right guy for this job. And thank you for doing it.
I don't want to be.
I know you don't want to.
Yeah.
Remember when we just used to like be able to take the government for granted? That it was going to be boring?
Totally. I miss boring.
That's what I want. Boring politics.
Right.
And I've always been like politically involved. Like every election season, I would help raise money for candidates, do some free shows, encourage people to vote for the people that I thought were the best people. I've always done that kind of thing. But when he got elected again, I was like, that's not enough anymore.
What was that night like for you? Because I was devastated.
I was devastated, but I didn't believe it, and I still don't, and I never will.
Okay, let's talk about that.
Well, I don't have a bunch of like science behind that, but even if you accept the numbers as they are, we know for a fact they've purged nationwide 6 million voters from the voter rolls.
Yes.
Almost all of those people of color in swing districts and swing states. We know for a fact, because the FBI told us, that Russia called in bomb threats to multiple polling stations in multiple swing districts and swing states, districts of people of color. We know for a fact, because the FBI told us before it started being run by a googly-eyed bridge troll Keebler Elf. We know that Russia was pumping this disinformation into our media ecosystem, and not just with the bot farms, which is like sinister enough.
Right.
They were like directly, like through 1 degree of separation, through some like Tennessee LLC, Russians were pumping money and information into all these podcasters. So if you know Tim Pool, the guy that always wears the beanie, they were paying that piece of shit $100,000 an episode.
Right. Wow. Dave Rubin too, right?
Yeah, and feeding him talk. There's a whole roster of them. I use him as an example because people know him.
But there's a lot. There's a lot of podcasters.
But they're all falling apart because that money's gone now.
And that was Russian money.
Yeah.
And they were pushing Russian talking points. And then we see like Tucker Carlson does a whole thing where he goes to Russia and he's like, oh, they have grocery stores. Like, fuck you, Tucker.
Piece of
you
shit.
Fucking Russian asset piece of shit.
A, dude.
They have grocery carts and grocery stores. Yeah, we know they do, you dumb motherfucker.
Right,
and
they're copying us.
And now he's all of a sudden on some tour of like, oh, gee, I didn't know this was going to happen.
Right.
I'm starting to think Donald Trump's not a Christian.
What gave it away?
Yeah, all these douche cucks coming out now. Like, I'm having second thoughts. Like, are you?
Really?
Are you having second thoughts about the pedophile you helped get into office, you piece of dog shit?
Marjorie Taylor Greene acting like she's a decent fucking person all of a sudden.
Right. But you were, but anything else about the
so that, you know, that is my answer that requires no level of conspiratorial thought
or research or anything like that.
We know this voter rolls.
Yeah,
they called in bomb threats. They flooded the zone with disinformation from Russia. All those things are facts.
Yes.
So even if you accept the numbers and you don't think that the autistic ketamine South African billionaire fucked with it, even if you don't think Vladimir Putin, who fucks with elections globally, fucked with it, even if you don't think those things are possible, I'm telling you, they purged the voter rolls, called in bomb threats, flooded the zone.
That's called interfering with an election.
Exactly.
Yeah. Right.
So it was interfered with, regardless and that's a fact. You don't have to believe it or not; it's a fact.
Right.
But my whole thing is like, nobody's ever going to convince me for the rest of my fucking life that a guy who's responsible for overturning Roe versus Wade led an insurrection, adjudicated by 2 different juries of rape, essentially, was convicted for 34 felonies, and stole all these documents and hid them in his shitty bathroom.
Yeah.
This long laundry list of things.
Thank you.
Yes.
That guy is the first Republican to win all 7 swing states in 40 years. Yeah, okay.
Sure.
Okay. Cool. Sounds good.
Sure.
Right.
Sounds totally believable. And I personally think you have to be a fucking imbecile to believe that. And if you're a political pundit talking about it and dismissing everyone's concerns, you're an imbecile and a coward, because deep down you fucking know that's not possible.
Right.
And everybody pretending it's just like business as usual and accepting it and going on about it is fucking cowardice.
Yes.
Yeah.
I bet Kamala Harris, I bet everybody that's really high up in the Democratic institution was like, they cheated. But my theory is, we don't want to totally erode people's faith in the elections.
Exactly.
We got to get through this until the next one.
Exactly.
But like, what are you doing now? I hope there's things happening behind the scenes to protect these midterms. Because if they're not, it's going to be a civil war, and I'm going to fucking fight in it.
Well,
I'll fight in it.
I'm going to be in a goddamn book one way or another. Yeah. I don't need a gun. You give me a fucking bayonet and a horse.
Right.
Yeah.
I just want to make it into
dude.
one
I'll
book.
die for it. I don't give a fuck.
I will,
I'm 56 years old. I don't give a shit.
We send the oldies first, not you, but the old
Right.
the Vietnam guys. Like, okay, you're front line.
Yeah.
Your moment's back.
You're about to be a hero, Grandpa.
Right.
That and they just kind of dismantled the election committee, or
he fired them all.
So we're gearing up for
100%, man,
for some serious fraud here.
So I'll say it again, in October, I think it's going to be around the 6th or 7th, 6th, 7th, 8th, maybe. I'm going to lead as big of a group of people as I can into these MAGA offices and just say, there's a reason Pete Hegseth moved onto a military base. There's a reason Russ Vought moved onto a military base.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
There's a reason Peter Thiel moved out of the country.
Right.
Did you ask them yet if there's room for you on that military base?
Right.
Because if you think you're going to overthrow our democratic republic and the American people aren't going to come see your ass,
you're wrong.
You need to ask about a spot on that military base.
Yeah, I do think the midterm elections is the moment where people will be very upset, and you will, because people know now. Yeah. People know that the country's unhappy.
Right.
They're losing fanatics, they're losing supporters, and everybody kind of knows that this guy needs to be checked. Yeah. Right? And so
all of them.
Yeah. And so these midterms have never been more on the American conscience, more on the American agenda, American citizens. Everybody wants to vote in the midterm elections. Everybody wants to try to regulate this, correct this, get eyes and checks on this guy, because right now there's no checks. And if the midterms don't go in favor of the Democrats, I think people are going to actually for sure know that there's corruption on this one. Yeah. And I do think people will speak out. People will protest. That's what I think. But like you're saying, they seem prepared a couple steps ahead all the time.
If they steal the election and there's not a civil war, I'll move to another country. I don't want to live in a country.
Can't we just have protests without a civil war?
Yeah, if you steal an election, I think we're past that. We've been protesting. I mean, that's my humble opinion.
Okay.
I agree. And you know, maybe it doesn't need to be just 10,000 of us versus 10,000 of them fighting on the streets of Philly, but I just mean if they steal this election, the American people don't show any sign of being willing to fucking fight for themselves. Yeah. If that means blocking every ICE facility with U-Haul trucks or sending the biggest motherfuckers in the country into every congressional offices to make their dissatisfaction obvious,
clear,
whatever. Like, there needs to be a serious, it needs to become physically more difficult to be a Nazi. And if the American people won't do that, I'll fucking leave. I don't want to be in a country that won't fight for itself.
Yeah.
And it already, to me, I feel like I live in a country that's not fighting for itself.
It's not.
Yeah, I agree.
It's not fighting for itself.
It's disheartening, because what people that follow me now, that have followed me for a year or two, don't know is that, like, first of all, I don't want to do any of this shit.
Right.
I've made some friends, and I do like insulting Nazis and calling them cult cuck pussies to their faces. But, like, before this, you know, I was, like, hiking to waterfalls and eating mushrooms in the desert.
And also, Nazis weren't making themselves known.
Yeah.
Like, you didn't have to check them because they were hiding.
They weren't out.
They were ashamed to show say these things in public.
But, like, I'm spending so much time on this fight. Like, I've got a beautiful fiance and two adorable boys, and we got a dog.
Yeah.
And I got an old Jeep I'm fixing up. I'm building a campground. I want to go hiking and surfing and paddling and biking, and, like, I don't want to be sweating my dick off yelling into megaphones between every single show. And, like, I'm not doing any of this because it's fun, and I'm not doing any of it for clout or to help my career. I didn't think it would, and it has, but I didn't think it would.
Right.
I want to get back to, like, enjoying my life.
Yes.
You know.
Right.
And but every American needs to, like, step up and do whatever. If you're a doctor, like, see people for free that don't have health insurance. If you're a lawyer, represent immigrants who are being railroaded.
Yeah.
If you're a graphic designer, help make protest posters. If you print shit, print banners for whatever it is that you've got some kind of skill that you can use in this moment to fight this.
Yeah.
And if you're not, then that is your answer to what you would have done in World War II.
That's how I see all this.
You would have done jack shit.
That's how I see all this. And, you know, how many times when we were younger do we hear people say, man, if I was around in the 60s, I'd be protesting.
Yeah.
Turns out you wouldn't.
Yep.
Turns out you really just want to sit on the couch.
Yep.
You know?
Yeah. Yeah.
So what do we say to people, in your opinion, that want to come back to reality and want to stop supporting Donald Trump and all this madness? Do we welcome them back?
What do we say to MAGA?
People that want to come back to reality, they voted for Trump 3 times and they go, oh, I fucked up. What do you say to them?
Like Theo Vaughn or Joe Rogan?
Sure.
I say, shut your fucking mouth unless you're willing to actually do something. Do something.
Right.
And if you don't know how to do something,
yeah,
you can ask me and I'll tell you.
Yes.
But, like, come lead people into Congress.
Right.
Show up and speak at a protest. Right. Joe Rogan, this will never happen because he's still licking boots.
Yeah.
But if Joe Rogan showed up at a massive rally against Trump and spoke against him in D.C.,
yeah,
I mean, these guys who have way bigger followings than me could do so much.
Yeah.
But instead,
they already did.
Instead, what they're doing is they're just monetizing talking the other way.
Yeah.
Now you're just going to go make more money by criticizing all the shit that you helped manifest, and fuck you for that.
Yeah, they're also, like, becoming part of the group. They're photographed with these government people, with the government.
It's gross.
Yeah, it really is fucked up.
It's gross.
And most of these dudes are too dumb to have ever weighed in on any of this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Theo Vaughn doesn't understand debt and deficit. Like, go do some more blow and have a meltdown and quit fucking acting like you understand politics. Like, you had no place in elevating any of this bullshit.
Right.
You guys are largely responsible for getting other stupid people to vote for it. And if you want some redemption, fucking work for it. Don't just go talk.
Yeah.
Don't just go, like, monetize your shit in the other direction.
Yeah.
Fucking do something.
Do something.
Do something that's actually impactful.
Yeah.
And until you do, I fuck you, and I will tell you to your face if I get a chance. I'd love to.
All right.
Even Joe Rogan, I'll be like, fuck you, Joe Rogan.
One more, maybe more sensational question. You don't have to answer if you don't want to, or we can cut it out or whatever. Assassination attempts, real?
I haven't made any yet. You know, it's really impossible to say.
Yeah.
A lot of this stuff is impossible to say. So like, I'm not really like a hardcore conspiracy theorist.
Yeah.
But you know, a lot of times, conspiracy theories exist because they're either true or there's truth at the root of them.
Yeah.
Right.
And like we see that with all the QAnon stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, all the stuff that QAnon was telling the dumb people about, a lot of it was true, and it was Donald Trump and his buddies doing it.
Right.
That's the part they lied about.
Yeah.
Right.
And so like 9/11, I don't think it was a hologram. I don't think that there were never really planes. I don't think any of that really ignorant shit. But I don't believe the official story, and I never will.
That's how I am with it.
And I think anybody that does is like really, really fucking naive and simple and hasn't dug into it. I think Bush and Cheney had a lot to hide. That's why they wouldn't testify without each other. Mm-hmm. A lot of the 9/11 stuff was redacted.
And a lot of those people made a ton of fucking money off of that shit.
Yeah. And you know, 16 of the 19 hijackers were from Saudi Arabia, and we know their identities because we found their driver's licenses in the rubble.
See, I mentioned that last podcast.
That's what Craig was saying last week.
And I was like, which always happens. They found that, it's like Lee Harvey Oswald had 2 IDs that he dropped on the ground.
Just to be sure he got caught.
Yeah, exactly.
And you know, like, and if that is true, which it probably even isn't, but if it is, so also we know for a fact, like Richard Clark, who was head of counterterrorism during multiple presidents, he went on like Larry King.
Yeah.
I mean, this doesn't get talked about a lot, but this dude went on a full-on media tour.
Yeah.
And was like, some of these hijackers were CIA assets.
Yeah.
Okay.
Iraq had nothing to do with this. I told the president that, and he said, bomb them anyway. He went on a media. I'm shocked that dude's still alive.
Right.
He might be still alive because he talked about it so publicly.
Sure.
There you go.
That's not a weirdo flake. That was the head of counterterrorism. So saying all that to say, I feel the same way about these conspiracy theories as I do about religion. Nobody actually knows the actual truth, and anybody that says they do is dishonest.
Yeah.
But I don't believe that he was hit by a bullet. I know for a fact he wasn't hit by a bullet because I know how bullets work. And I know how ears work.
Yeah, I know
and
how
all
wounds
these
work,
fucking, all these like fake tough guy, dumb rednecks.
Thank you.
Who your whole personality is guns.
Yeah.
You have no substance to you whatsoever. You unfuckable dirt road imbecile. Your whole fucking life is guns. It's all you know. It's all you care about.
Yeah.
Ironically, it's the only thing in your double wire worth stealing anyway. If you get rid of the guns, you wouldn't have to have a gun to defend you from getting the guns stolen. Your whole life is guns. And you think that a dying pedophile can get hit in the ear with an AR-15 round and not have a scar.
Sure.
Right.
What a fucking imbecile you must be.
Right.
So like maybe somebody shot something and something ricocheted and some piece of material maybe hit his ear. I don't really believe that. I don't believe the Secret Service lets you stand up after getting shot and go, fight, fight, fight.
To do a victory t-shirt pose? My God.
I think the Charlie Kirk thing was really fucking fishy. But the one where the guy ran in during the State of the Union or whatever, I mean, that might have been a dude that, you know. I mean, we saw him running, whatever. He went, like, it's hard to say. The guy at his golf course that voted Republican.
Right.
He was mostly mad about Ukraine, is my understanding.
Right.
But I don't think if we ever know, it'll be 50 years from now when it doesn't matter anymore.
Sure.
Yeah.
But, you know, I don't trust anything the Trump administration says. I think they would let any of their followers choke on their own vomit if it made them nickel.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Cliff, thanks so much for being on the podcast.
Thanks for coming out.
This is the podcast we've always wanted to do, but we didn't know how to do it, man. Thanks for showing us
Hell yeah.
how to, you know, just I'm just so glad we did this, and I'm so happy you're here, and it's so great to see you. Where can people find you?
I'm on all platforms at Cliff Cash Comedy, mostly Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, but I'm also on Substack and Blue Sky and Threads. My specials, The Long Road and Thoughts and Prayers, are on YouTube for free. And I got another one coming out soon called Live from Pooter Canyon. And then I'm filming another one this fall.
Beautiful.
Yeah. So I'm trying to do 4 in 2 years is my goal.
That's amazing.
That's what happens when you're long-winded neurodivergent.
I'm more of a once every 15 years kind of guy, but God bless you.
We're all different. And yeah, as far as the activism, I started a website called Epstein'sBestFriend.com. Another one called DonaldLovesVladimir.com. Those have a lot of good information.
Excellent.
And I'm constantly working to try and help and promote FlareUSA.org.
Excellent. Thanks so much, Cliff.
Out there
see
doing
you later.
The Lord's work.
Exactly.
Shit.
Peace out.
Some lunch.
Let's do it.